Welcome to Arsenal Above All, a rapid reaction to another sensational Arsenal performance. I don't know, it's just kind of getting weird, man, getting used to this. Getting to these performances where we're just overpowering teams, man, and just showing absolute levels. Arsenal finally get revenge on Bayern Munich. Over the years, me and Steve has been there. We've witnessed it first hand live at that stadium where they've come to North London and absolutely pumped us loads of times. And revenge, they say, is a dish served cold. That was ice cold tonight from Arsenal. Steve, I've got Steve. They call me Stepney with me tonight. How you doing, bro?
Oh, mate, I'm great. I'm great. I am great.
Yeah. It's been a good couple of weeks, isn't it? It's been a good couple of results. You know, all the rivals seem to be falling by the wayside. You know, at the weekend, and obviously City yesterday losing as well. You know, Newcastle as well. Arsenal, old boy, rolling it back. Aubameyang scoring goals like he's 10 years younger again. Amazing finishes from him. Liverpool going to pieces again tonight. Don't know what's going on there. And obviously top Spur. Doing the usual stuff, capitulating right at the end. But we're not here to talk about those mugs. We're here to talk about the Arsenal and 3-1, a superb 3-1 win against Bayern Munich. Steve, how you feeling, man? How you feeling about that? How you feeling about the build up to it? It was a big game, obviously, and Bayern have got full of attacking talent. But what was your thoughts going into it, man? And the actual, the way we went into that first half, it was very cagey, and they had a lot of possession, didn't they? But what was your thoughts on just how it all panned out?
Again, it's a strange feeling because we haven't felt this in a while, Mike. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm confident that we will just win games. No matter who we play, I'm just confident that we will win games. Even when we had the setback against Sunderland, I was just like, okay, look, give Sunderland their flowers. But we move on. We are an absolute machine at the moment. In this present moment, we are the team to beat. Going into the game, I was confident. I saw the lineup. I said, yep, that's our best lineup. I was happy to see Miles Lewis-Skelly in there. He looked rusty during the game. Some of his defensive work is when he got skinned twice. You just sort of go, okay, yeah. But for me, that's rustiness. It's a lack of minutes.
Yeah.
No concerns. But I was confident going into the game, to be honest. I just wanted to see us play it.
Yeah, I mean, there was lots of talk about the lineup and obviously and who was going to get rested and and what have you, rotation. We saw City sort of completely mess it up, or Pep, I should say, yesterday, making 10 changes. But I kind of thought there would be a couple of changes, and obviously Lewis-Skelly being one of them, and I think Mascara coming in as well. I think that just basically means Hincapié will start at the weekend. But yeah, I just thought the first half, man, it was a bit cagey, wasn't it? They were. It was like a couple of seasoned, super middleweight, sort of heavyweight or whatever, and throwing jabs and stuff and trying to see who could land the first blow. And obviously, Saka, obviously as captain, he looked like he was a bit, wanted to make sure he wanted to prove a point. Obviously, he scored against them when we played against them a couple of seasons ago in the quarterfinal. But I just thought, as a lot of the commentary was saying, these are two really good teams, two really well-coached teams. The worry was that Bayern looked like they were going to do the same thing that they did to PSG. They totally dominated the game. I think, we scored after 22 minutes, and I think after the 25th minute, they put up a caption. And I think after 25 minutes, we completed 46 passes, I think. And Bayern had completed 196, which is crazy for a team, away from home, and to do that to us. So it was, it was kind of cagey, sort of opening a couple of minutes. But I think what it was is we asked each other questions in that first half, and then we asked some more in the second half, and they didn't have an answer to it, man. They just didn't have an answer to it. But talk to me about Urian Timber, the PFA, let's just call him, just might as well get out. PFA Player of the Year, 25-26. What's your what more can you say about this guy, man? Because you know, he can do everything. You know, scoring again, just an outstanding performance again at right back. What's your take on him, man?
All right, just very quickly on the first half, just in general. Arteta's mentality for any game, especially when we're playing teams that traditionally have a lot of the ball, so your Bayern Munich's, your Manchester City's, even your Liverpool's, your Barcelona's, your Real Madrid's, is don't panic. Okay, don't panic. Yes, it was scrappy. Yes, we were misplacing a lot of passes. Yes, Bayern had a lot of the ball, but don't panic. In games, you suffer. He always uses that word, you suffer. So we suffered a bit, but then we took the lead because the man stepped up, set piece FC. Ole, ole, come on. The star boy put it on a sixpence. And Urian Timber, by head and shoulders above even some of the best strikers in the league, best midfielders in the league, best wingers in the league, best fullbacks in the league. The guy does it all. His touch, his control, everything he does is just absolute gold. To put it correctly, he's a Dutch player. The Dutch are usually known for good control, good first touches, not afraid to be on the ball, not afraid to take players on, not afraid to do the dirty work. He does it all, and he does it all so well. I mean, you can't talk highly enough of the guy. He's an absolute pleasure, and he doesn't complain, Mike. He doesn't complain about anything. He always gets up, carries on, does his job. Like, it's such. I can't tell you how happy he is.
Yeah,
how happy I am. He's our player.
Yeah. It's scary, you know, when you think of what happened to him when he first came, and you know the injury, and he's come back, and you know last season he was quality, you know he was brilliant, you know, defensively, and I think the argument always was you know it was just the attacking side of things, and that's why you know you say Ben White is probably could offer a lot more going forward, but Jesus Christ, I mean, he's him going forward, you know, he's adding goals to his game, but it's just the way he's backing up Saka and proven to be just a great attacking outlet. There's a lot of times in that first half where Saka was coming right into midfield and trying to drag Lima away and just leaving it open for Timber just to run on. And that partnership, obviously, I know it's hurting you because obviously that means reduced minutes for your boy Ben White, but geez, man, this guy, he's unbelievable. He's absolutely incredible, and glad he got a bit of a breather towards the end, because obviously we're gonna need him on Sunday. But yeah, fantastic, man. And the only plot on the copybook obviously was Trossard getting injured. Again, it seems to be with us. We either pick up an injury game, or when someone comes back from injury, we lose someone. I guess in a sense, it makes squad selection a bit easier for Arteta, because he doesn't have to have a conversation with someone saying you're fit and you're firing to go, but I can't put you in the squad. So he's not having that conversation yet. But yeah, it just brilliant that Madueke came on and did what he did. But let's just talk about the second half, because as I said before, we started the second half and we went up a level. We couldn't have scored straight away. Minutes afterwards, again, a little bit like what we did at the weekend, and just absolutely pummeled them. You know, again, it kind of shows Harry Kane, right? You know, he always scores against Arsenal. How many of those goals have been from open play? How many? They're pretty much all penalties. You know, I think there's only one I think top of my head where he put one in the top corner, I think, at White Hart Lane. But you know, if this guy doesn't get his regulation penalty against us, he doesn't do anything. And you know, he was absolutely shut down. Mosquera came in, absolutely bossed him. But that second half, Steve, to me, it just looked like we went up a level because of the fitness and the competitive nature of the Premier League, is that going to put us in good shape against these sides like your Bayerns and your PSGs and your Real Madrids and your Barcelonas? Because their leagues aren't that competitive. They're not battle hardened like we are, really. Like we have to be every week. But what's your thoughts on the way we set about in that second half? It was very, very impressive, and we should have been a couple of goals clear before we got the second.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I've said it to you before in one of the chats or something like that, but we're a second half team. We always seem to have a second gear in the second half. The way we started that second half, I think not only Arteta talking to the players at halftime, I think the players themselves, because they have to take a lot of the credit as well, because they're the ones out on the pitch doing it. I think that they were the ones that would have been saying, you know what, they're here for the taking, Bayern. Like, for all their possession in the first half, they didn't really do anything. Their goal from that 17-year-old was absolutely top draw, but that was it. Like, do you remember Ray making many saves in the first half? No. So that was it. It's what you do with the ball. They even said it in commentary as well. You can have possession all you like, but what's what you do with the ball? And they both them and Atletico Madrid, when we played them as well, and they came into the game with fantastic records. Like 18 games they had played Bayern Munich and won 17 of them and drew 1. So they were unbeaten in 18 games. I think it's something like 26 or 29 games unbeaten away. The last time they lost a game was to PSG in the World Club Cup. We were awesome. We were absolutely awesome. If you look at the right-hand side, I'll do both just very quickly. Timber can play as a winger if we really wanted him to. He's that good.
Yeah.
But Timber, Saka, that understanding, even Eze now is getting that understanding with those guys on that side of the pitch as well. But Eze's good because he can drift to the other side of the pitch and get the understanding with whoever's on the left. So he's can be very central and dictate play there as well. He drops in, he tackles back, and he hustles, and he doesn't give defenders much time to think on the ball. Marino dropped quite deep today, but I think that was part of the game plan. I think it's a case of everybody's expecting to be that 9 up front. That's what Bayern would have been thinking. But he's dropped deep and he's picking up the ball in different positions, and he's trying to get involved in the game. But the defenders don't know what to do. Do they stick with him? No. Okay, they will stay back. That means he can drift. He can drift. Yeah. Then go over to the left-hand side. Like I said, Miles Lewis-Skelly didn't have his best game. I just put it down to rustiness. I'm not worried about him. He's not naturally a left-back anyway. So let's just get that first and foremost. He plays in that central midfield area. So that's where we get a lot of those sort of inconsistencies. He's still young. He's still a kid.
Yeah. To be fair to him, it was quite rusty. I think after their goal, they obviously targeted him a bit. There was a couple of long balls that kind of got through got through us really, which was a bit worrying. But as you said, apart from the goal, there wasn't anything that Raya really had to really worry about. And again, that goes down to what was going on ahead of Raya in terms of Mosquera and Saliba and on midfield as well. But before we go on, just have a quick dip into the chat. Thanks to everyone who's here and who's dropped, taking the time to put something in the chat. Really appreciate it. Thanks, Nick. Great week so far. Yeah, I suppose now, Bayern, after recent history, we deserve these moments. Enjoy it. Absolutely. Mac, how you doing? Football, excellent. Needs to be backed up with trophies. Yet we're the best team in England and Europe. Time to keep going. Believe for the teams and match. Yeah, I reckon we should just, might have to spam UEFA and just say, look, just give us a trophy, man. We're levels. There's no point. Just forget this league phase for this season. Just did it because with 15 points, just give it to us. We don't need to go through the whole rigmarole. Can you just have a year off and just give us a trophy? We can just celebrate even longer because it's going to go mad if we do anyway. But yeah, thanks for that, Nick, as well. Thanks for the shout out. Neil, Callie, Martinelli, and my man Madueke, super subs, all contributing. Amazing stuff. And Rice, I mean, I don't know what that guy's on. He's got 4 lungs or whatever. just running around the place like a lunatic and just a complete midfielder. Interested to see what he'd do up against the best, what we've been told, the best midfielder in the world, Caicedo. You know, let's see what happens then. And Neil said, Tim, the best player by far in the league, possibly. Yeah, he's up there for PFA player. Yeah, 100%. But how you doing, Brennan? Evening, gents. Buzzing with the result. Great performance, but still a long way to go. Won't get carried away. Yeah, but just give us a trophy, man. We don't need to go along with it. Just give it to us. You know, what are we messing about for? You know, we've got things to do. You know, just give us a trophy, man. Yeah, Timber is one of the music players season so far. Yeah, absolutely. And yes, it always goes back to Berta, doesn't it? Or when you see the squad, you know, the players rolling off the bench and the quality there. Yeah, Neil says big up to Berta. Yeah, 100%. Mac, it's the best time of the subs you've seen in a while. Yeah, yeah, he made the subs at a really good time, didn't he? Yeah, and hopefully, we played a day later, but let's see, because I think they were going a bit crazy against Barcelona. I heard in some of the reports, like they were running around, pressing them, you know, man for man. They were chasing them all over the place, and I was like, okay, let's see, you know. And a lot of Chelsea fans have come out saying we're going to get smoked and stuff, but let's see, you know, when they play against a team that doesn't have a high line, like Ange Postecoglou tribute act. You know, let's see what they're like when they play against a team that knows how to defend. And you know, but yeah, thanks for your message, Chris. Our squad depth and rotation should allow us to keep the momentum throughout the whole season. We're the best team in Europe just now. We just got to make sure we are in May as well. Arsenal quadruple. Oh, hey, this guy's going for Neil's crown, man. Say quadruple as well. What's going on? But yeah, there he is. There's the man himself, the Arsenal Jason Bourne, most dangerous Arsenal fan alive, Neil Shah. It's happening. Yes, absolutely. Let's hope so. So yes, going to Madueke, you know, they were talking about him being 007. I don't know if you saw that, because you know, 7th for parents. He absolutely blew that up with a nice finish coming in off the right after the change from Saka. Great moment for him. Steve, what do you think? He just does it in time for his trip to his old team. What are you thinking?
So happy for him. First goal for the club, first Champions League goal in his career. He's going to be itching to start at the weekend. It looks like he will start if Trossard is out. It's great, because then you can always bring on Martinelli and change that up in any way that Arteta wants. It's a good goal. It's a very good goal. Similar, not too dissimilar to the Bayern goal. The ball's come across. It's a lovely bit of play. The ball's come across and he's just in there. You know, it's that desire to be in the box. I think he's been unfortunate not to be on the goals and assists in his previous games. He started the season off well. He's not afraid to take on players, and he's direct, and we need that. It's just something different, especially in the Champions League. Defenders, Champions League, European defenders don't really like those sort of wingers that just attack you all the time, sort of thing, because you know, usually they're more used to playing a more controlled game where it's just a bit at a slower pace compared to like what the Premier League is like. So yeah, that goal will do Noni the world of good, and it will help boost his confidence going into the weekend against his former club. Fair play to the king. And just one quick thing on Harry Kane.
Yeah, go on.
Where was he in the second half?
Well, it's true. I didn't see him really. I don't know. Did he? Was he subbed? Was he subbed at half time?
I don't know. Like I think I saw Rice tackle him once. That was about it. Because I don't know, man. He was.
Oh, I think I saw him telling the referee or begging the referee to try and send off Marino or for a tackle or something. I saw it. I think that was him. Someone that looked like him anyway. But he must have been on the pitch. The fans were singing to him, weren't they? Saying what the score is and you top scorer in the sky. So yeah, he must have been on. But again, I showed you this guy. You know, these stat pads. You know, if he doesn't get his usual penalty against us. You know, they say, he scored the most goals at the Emirates. Yeah, but I think 5 of those goals have been penalties, you know, because he normally, when he played for them, he always got his obligatory penalty against them. The referees love to do that. So, wrapped up by, 18-year-old centre-back, Mosquera. What more can you say?
He never got a hat trick against us, though, did he?
No, he hasn't. No. Yeah, interesting that. But yeah, really happy for Madueke. I think, like you said, defenders are not used to players like that. Wingers, they're used to inside forwards now. Forwards that come in and cut in. Like Saka and Salah to a certain extent. But yeah, I think I'm really delighted for him. It's his first Champions League goal. I don't think he got there with Chelsea. So first Champions League goal and first goal for Arsenal, obviously. So I'm really elated for him. Obviously, just after him coming back as well. So it all kind of bodes well for the next couple of weeks. Well, I say next couple of weeks, but it's the weekend. If we can get something from that, then that kind of sets everything up. After that, obviously we've got a tricky one with Villa. But I think if we get the result against Chelsea at Sunday, that's massive. It's absolutely massive in terms of where that puts us. Going into January. So Mac is saying Rice will win all the awards at the end of the season. Chelsea game will prove to everyone that we are the real deal. We haven't lost to them in a long time. Yeah, I hope so. And yeah, we've had a lot of players that have scored hat tricks at a couple of players that have scored hat tricks at Stamford Bridge. So another one would be nice if that comes about. And it says Eze and Martinelli mimicked the City equaliser. Yeah, it was Eze's ball to Martinelli, wasn't it? And he looked like he was looked like there he was smiling. He's like saying, "Oh, this guy's so cooked, man." I've got this guy. He's so cooked. Look at his face. He's like, you're done, mate. Oh, that Manuel Neuer has caused us so much pain over the years, man. It was so nice. And the thing is, when you see the replay of that goal, it looks like he's tried to take him out. I kind of almost wish he tried to. He did drag him down to see him get sent off. Standing on the halfway line would have been funny. Would have been really funny with his moustache. Probably. I don't know what he's probably going up for November or whatever. But yeah, that was a nice little cherry on the top for Martinelli again. Coming back from his injury as well, and Eze kind of knew what was up as well. From there, he's celebrating already, and you probably get because the media and the narrative haven't got anything else to say about us. They probably pick that out and say, "Oh, how dare he? So disrespectful and blah blah, all that rubbish." Those Muppets on TalkSport and all that stuff. Cundy and O'Hara. I'd have something to say about that. But yeah, that was just a nice touch, a nice cold revenge dish to Bayern.
That's 4-4 for Martinelli now in the Champions League.
Yeah, he loves that. He loves the Champions League. I think all the Brazilians have something about the Champions League when they hear it and everything. They hear the anthem. But yeah, so brilliant stuff. Let's have a look at the table.
Where are we?
Let's have a look. I don't know. I think we might be in a good position. I'm not sure. Let me have a look. Let's see. So I think we're doing all right.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So obviously PSG got an easy win tonight. And obviously Bayern, their first defeat. Inter lost as well. So that's given us a bit of a gap. We have them next, I think. Next,
yeah.
We've got next away. And obviously Real Madrid, Mbappe doing the madness, scored like a hat trick in 7 minutes, I think, tonight. Crazy stuff. And so pretty much, I think it was 15 or 16 points.
16 last year.
Guaranteed you top 8. So we're there already. We just need to probably we've got after we pay Inter, we've got a couple of teams that we should be. We've got Club Brugge, I think. Got Club Brugge, who will it will be a cup final for them, won't it? They're gonna be up for it. But yeah, we should have enough to be comfortably in that top 8. Whether it's 8 out of 8 who we don't care really. We just want to make sure that we avoid that extra round. So yeah, we got into the Club Rouge, and I think that's it for January, until January. I'm not sure, but I'll have to update the fixtures. But yeah, so what are you thinking about? Sunday, Steve? You thinking we're going to go back to the Tottenham lineup, obviously without Trossard now, so you wouldn't be Madueke starting on the left. On the return to Stamford Bridge in place of Trossard, and then everything else will kind of take care of itself with Hincapié back in at centre back.
Yeah. I think, like I said, even last season when I said it to you, or maybe even the season before, Arteta likes that balance of a left footer and a right footer. I know Mosquera came in today, and it's because it's a bit much to ask Hincapié to play. He played it for his country, and then to play for us in the league, and then to play a Champions League game. There's obviously risk of picking up an injury or something like that. So it was right to rest him today. He'll be well rested, and we'll play on the weekend. Noni got some minutes at the weekend. He's got some minutes and a goal tonight, so I think he's ready to start. He won't play the full game either. Martinelli will come on and be a sub for him. The game should be a difficult game because they're again, I don't know if I said it to you, Mike. I think I have said it in one of the previous shows. They've got the biggest squad in the world. They literally have the biggest squad in the world. So they should be fresh. As much as they ran around yesterday, they should be fresh. And they played against 10 men. So for like a good 70 minutes or whatever it was. So they should be well up for it.
They were champions, so we've got no champions.
Yeah, we're just a small club, so I expect them to win like 10-0 because they've got the biggest squad in the world, the most expensive squad in the world. They spent the most money on their squad that nobody talks about, but they do say they're not ready. So, I don't know. It'll be a tough game. I'm not here to sugarcoat things. It'll be a tough game. I'm not saying it's going to be a high scoring game. I just do expect us to win. I don't see a team beating us at the moment. Teams have come close. Liverpool beat us. That was very early on. Worldy. We conceded again tonight. It's getting a bit. It's 2 games in a row now. That's a bit of a tough one to.
At least Jova, we can, he's back in work again. I was saying Jova out. I was saying Jova out the weekend, but no, he's lucky. He's got another chance. We'll give you one more game. We need to, we expected XG, set piece XG of 1 a game. I think needs to be from him. A bit disappointed at the weekend that we didn't get a set piece goal, but it is what it is.
We didn't get more. There was a few that was off the line.
He's got he's got a reputation. Isn't it? It's his own fault. You know what I mean? You got to meet the standards. You can't just have everyone rattled. With your set pieces, and then you don't deliver. You go a few games without getting a set piece goal. It's out of order. He's close to the sack, mate. I think if you're looking at sack race, I think it's either him or Slot. I think Jova might be ahead of Slot at the moment. I think
just slightly. Yeah. Only because it's the North London derby and not 1 set piece goal. I don't know. I see people sack for less.
Oh no, talking about Trossi, let's hope he's okay. We've had more key injuries in 12 months than we have. It's ridiculous. It is a joke now. The number of injuries we got. It literally is 1 in, 1 out. Odegaard came back today, tonight, and good to see him back. Obviously, I think he'll probably start on the bench again and work his way back into the team. I thought Calafiori was excellent when he came on as well. Looked really assured. I think tough day for Miles. That was the only thing I think. The little bit of the negative or of the night. He just looks a little bit out of his depth. But at least he's quality enough, and he's been doing it all season to fullbacks. And I think when you know you're up against someone with that ability, it does affect you. Does affect your natural game. So so I'm sure he'll be all right when he next gets a chance in. But yeah, great stuff, Steve. Another win. Unbeaten in the Champions League, almost there. Pretty much there, and go into that game full of confidence on Sunday against the world champions.
First time we've done 5 wins in a row in the Champions League since 2005.
Yeah.
Like I said, with Miles Lewis-Skelly, same with Ben White as well, for them at the moment it's difficult to get into the team. It's even difficult for them to get minutes on the pitch because the games are so tight in the Premier League. But when they start getting more minutes and start building up their fitness and are rotated in more and get to play a few more games, I'm really, really not worried about it. He's a kid. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, he'll be fine.
When we had our banter team and you had all those expensive stars on huge wages, I was there going. I think both of us were there going. Just play the Hale End. Like I'd rather a kid make a mistake and learn from it than these high paid players make mistakes over and over and over and over again. So Lewis Skelly is a smart kid. He will learn from it.
Yeah,
he'll learn from these experiences. And in the near future, probably another season or two, we'll probably see him a bit more central as well. He's not a left back, as much as people say, but he's not a left back. He never played left back in the youth. He's still learning that position, so he's still going to make mistakes. But he's still a kid. He's a teenager. He's a teenager. Let him make the mistakes. Let him learn. And all we can do as supporters is full support. And he will come good. I've got no worries about that.
Yeah, and I think if Gabriel wasn't, it has a knock on the thing because I think if Gabriel wasn't injured, Hincapié would have probably started tonight, and then maybe you could have seen Miles in the midfield situation. But it all has a knock on the thing, doesn't it? Because of one injury to one player. But the fact is, as everyone's saying, as yourself and Neil in the chat. It's a blip, hopefully, and once he gets his shot as a midfielder, then he'll show everyone how good he is. Because when he does drive with the ball in possession, he's the only one in the midfield like that. I think, like Rice was able to do that, and he saw that Rice did that with that chance he had when he had that run. I think we've seen Miles do that, so he did that against Atletico, didn't he? And obviously against Madrid a couple of times last season. So yeah, he'll be fine. He's got Gabriel Heinze there as well, obviously, who's made a massive difference to the mental side of the team. The mentality is on a different level, and I think that's definitely come from him as well. So it will all come good. It will all come good for him. So thanks, Steve. Thanks for the impromptu chat. Thanks a lot. It's always good when it's when you're always kind of worried that if you're going to do a quick chat, it's going to be is it going to be a fun one because we've won again. But yeah, fantastic win. I'm going to go and try and take in all the content. I'm still trying to take in all the content from the North London derby. It's too much, it's too much stuff. It's too much Tottenham tears, top Spur tears that are on socials. But I'm going to be looking at all of this. I might get in touch with the Bayern X account who kind of said, hello Arsenal when the draw was made. So people were kind of saying, get my team's, the Will Smith settings, get my team's name out your effing mouth. So I think there'll be a few of that under the comment section. I might have to jump in and do that as well. And the
Michael Jordan one. I took that personally.
Take it personally, yeah. And might have to send them a couple of Jazzy Jeff gifts of getting chucked out the house. Saying, you've got to get the F out of my house now. You know what I mean?
Go home, Roger.
Yeah. And Steve, as Neil says, a quick mention to Max Dowman doing the madness today. The 13-year-old kid.
Great goal.
I forgot his name. Who broke the record today.
Nunes,
amazing. Just don't know what Per is doing at the academy is absolutely ridiculous. Thanks, Mac. Thanks, Neil, for saying that. Neil was just going into the quad. I'm not saying anything, man. So, but
him and Chris are probably together.
The way we're talking is we have to land something. We have to land one of the majors. And I think the thing is, I think the players know it as well. They do know it. They know that they're good enough. They can't look around that dressing room. They can't look around the team meetings and look at the squad and think, they've got to be looking and saying that we need to be cleaning up. We need to be cleaning up. So yeah, fantastic. Fantastic.
I think I said it before, Mike. It's total focus from the players. That's what Arteta will be saying is we can't get carried away because we've been in positions like this before, so we can't get carried away. We can enjoy the moment, and that's what like a lot of fans don't seem to understand that are outside of our club. Yes, we're celebrating tonight's win, because it's the win. We celebrate the win. Come Sunday, it's different. It's a different game. It's a different competition, and we start again. It's like you're back from scratch.
And if
total focus.
And if it isn't a great result, then it's not. Don't tear everything up and crash out like we did with the Sunderland game. No one's talking about that now. You know what I mean? After what we've done, so absolutely. But no, thanks, Steve. Thanks a lot. Have a great rest of the week. Thanks everyone for watching and all the comments. Really, really appreciate it. We'll be back on Monday to react to the Chelsea game against the world champions of what, I don't know what, but they're world champions of something. It's got some meaning, and then and we'll hopefully have a good chat there. Thank you, Steve. Thanks everyone in the chat.
Thanks everyone in the chat, everyone listening. And Mike, I think going forward, we're going forward, we should just use Pro Evo names for teams, like so West London Blue and
yeah, we can use them. Yeah, we can use that for them. Yeah. Yeah, so we do that. But no, thanks very much. Really appreciate it. We'll be back on Monday. What's left to say? Arsenal top of the league in the Premier League. Arsenal top of the league in the Champions League. Things are going really, really well. Fingers crossed for Sunday. All the best, everyone. Up the Arsenal.
Newcastle, the central figure again, and he looks to trick. My God!